Neal Chin,
Hey,
how you doing, man?
yeah,
Happy New Year.
happy New Year, man. I'm doing quite excellent. So,
Good.
yeah,
Sounds like you've
yeah,
been quite the busy guy.
yeah. Just kind of ping-ponging here and there. Playing a lot of music here locally in Seattle and kind of nearby towns and whatnot too. So, yeah, it's been keeping me really busy.
Yeah,
But in the best way possible. So,
that's good. That's good. Well, we're going to keep you busy too because
hey,
you're not only doing one of my festivals this year, you're doing two of them.
hey, it's an
First
honor,
up,
man.
Mighty Uke Day,
Uh-huh.
which I cannot believe it, Neil. It's all on me. You have never been to Mighty Uke Day before.
No, it's a fabled thing in my mind, So I'm really excited to be able to come this year, man. Like, yeah, I've heard
Yeah, we
such
were
great
talking at
things.
Reno and just talking
Yeah.
about, well, what festivals? And you said, Ben, I've never been to Mighty Uke Day. I'm like, oh. So you're not only
Hey,
going to
that's
be at
all
Mighty
good.
Uke Day, but you're going to be at Midwest Uke and Harmonica Camp,
Ah,
which you
yes,
have been to a couple times,
definitely.
and that's always a lot of fun. Uh, you haven't been there though since we moved to Toledo.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So
Yeah,
that's going to be
not
pretty
yet.
cool. I think you're really going to enjoy that.
Nice.
And we're going to love having you there. I think like probably everybody in the world knows you, right? Maybe
Well,
almost
just kidding.
everybody. Oh, except for that one guy.
Except for that one guy over
But
there. Yeah, yeah.
why don't you briefly just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, how you got started on the ukulele, maybe some of the work you're doing with Craig and Sarah and then on the board for the nonprofit they set up and
Yeah.
some of those kind of things. And then I think I'll have you demonstrate a couple of your cool workshops you
Oh,
do.
hey, I'd love to do that. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of keep it brief, I've been playing ukulele. Oh, I know I was supposed to count before. Uh, maybe something 25 or 26 years now or something, the larger part of my life.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I've been actually kind of teaching actually for kind of close to that same amount too, because right after I started playing, actually as a kid, within the next year, just started going around and teaching, like the neighborhood kids and whatnot. I grew up
Really?
from a line of teachers, so it was like, I once to kind of, hanging out after school and playing ukulele. And I was like, hey, you could teach too. There's a kid who's kind of interested. And anyway,
Yeah.
basically has just snowballed from, being a preteen till now. And, just, I always joke around. It's like I'm still doing the same things I was doing when I was a kid. So,
That hey, wish wouldn't we all want to do that? Well, you grew up in Maui, is that correct?
yes, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I've been teaching and performing since and been, very lucky. Really truly believe that. Just very lucky to have all these wonderful or meet so many wonderful people through the instrument, I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like, music and the ukulele and whatnot, I think is, definitely something to celebrate, but it's the people at the end of the day. And that's one of the things
Absolutely.
that's just so just lovely about, I don't want to stereotype for the ukulele community, but generally speaking, pretty nice folks,
Everybody's pretty
So
cool. And
yeah.
and this has come up in pretty much every interview we've done. It's just the ukulele
Nice.
community, it's so supportive. You can have a beginner, total, just what are the names of the strings to like a pro, and they're all working together and helping each other out and playing together. And I'm going to use my line. I think I've used this in every interview so far,
Oh, nice.
but it's the most folk of folk instruments because it brings folks together.
Hey, I like that. That's good.
I'm going to
Very nice, man.
trademark it.
Very nice, very nice. I see a sticker in your future. I buy
But
it. But yeah.
part of your spreading this aloha spirit of the ukulele has been working with the nonprofits you work with.
Totally, totally. And just same, I feel, maybe, not to, or to express the same sentiment, I just feel really grateful to work with such amazing people. I mean, I really do, yeah, it's just such an honor. Yeah, had the pleasure of in the past of working with the Ukulele Kids Club
Hmm.
and absolutely just if you haven't, heard of the Ukulele Kids Club out there, please go ahead and look them up. I mean, they're giving ukuleles to medically fragile kids all over the world,
Yeah,
and it's really just such a wonderful organization. And same thing, the people there are just absolutely magnificent and wonderful to work with, and just really, I just love being around. Um, as you can probably tell, pretty, touchy-feely, kind of soft, sensitive guy,
yeah.
and I just really like being around people who care a lot about other people. And it's just really nice, with the Ukulele Kids Club, again, kind of very specifically working with medically fragile kids and
Okay.
helping with music therapists too. It's been just so wonderful. Um, and then,
Well, and then then you've like I said, you've been working with our friends Craig and Sarah,
yeah,
and the four strings at a time.
yeah,
And I tell you that fundraiser you guys all did for Maui, oh my
yeah.
goodness, that was
I,
just over the top. The
I mean,
music
really.
was amazing. The support was amazing. You guys raised like, I don't know, like $150,000 or
Yeah,
something.
something. I don't know
Uh,
what it's been.
it was tremendous. It was
Yeah,
tremendous.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, you
bless you
know,
guys.
preaching to the choir again.
Yeah,
Like Craig and Sarah. I mean, I always feel like just like anything that they do, not only comes with a very like high level of excellence and just quality, but they're just like as just really lovely, nice people. You know.
absolutely.
And so, the combination of the two things makes it, I mean, honestly, it's just a dream to work with. And the other board members, Lena and Corey too, they're just in their own rights with their own skills. I mean, just absolute
Yeah.
delights to work
Is
with.
that Corey Fujimoto or?
No, Corey Mao and Lena
Oh,
Longi.
Corey Mao. Yeah, Craig's been
Yeah.
telling me about him.
Excellent teacher,
Yeah,
excellent
yeah,
teacher.
yeah.
Great singer and player too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so we've you gave me this beautiful list of workshops,
Hmm.
and I want to choose them all, but I have to let some of the other teachers, teach something too. But
Hey,
there were a
Young.
couple that really kind of caught my eye, and
Please.
one was Jawaiian music. What in the world is Jawaiian music?
You know, in a nutshell, Jawaiian music is how I like to phrase it is it's reggae music that comes from Hawaii and has kind of sort of a, you know, for lack of a better way of explaining it, like a Hawaiian sensibility, either in, topic or with the
Yeah.
lyrics and whatnot. And the
Kind
reason
of like some of the Manoa Company seems to do some of that kind of music.
so yeah, the Manao Company, yeah, that's
Uh,
a huge one. You might argue, with Kyle Crater Boys a little bit,
uh-huh.
they kind of, they played the range. They were so prolific in different styles of music.
Yeah.
But my favorite bands have always been Three Plus, Ho'onua. These are all bands from, like the 90s. And it's just, it's just really fun music to play and listen to.
Can you show us an example of what it's like?
Oh, well, I would love to. Hopefully not too loud here. Let me turn this on. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Um, yeah, so a lot of like in the workshop, it's been really fun teaching this class just because again, it's a style of music that's really near and dear to me because it's what I grew up with, you
Yeah.
know. It's one of the things like every time I meet up with Craig, we always talk about like, hey, let's play, blah 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 blah.
Right, right.
Just to relive some of those childhood memories. But again, really strong reggae beat, So like for example, hey, let's take a Manao Company song, We'll take the great ALOHA or Aloha,
We're
Works.
just learning that in our big senior group.
Hey,
So
see, awesome, awesome, awesome.
absolutely. What a great song. And you get to spell and everything. And we were trying to
Exactly.
figure out how to do like the YMCA
Like
part.
the CA. Yeah, it works. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah. Well, let's see how you do it. Just
So,
it's two
um,
chords, right?
it's just two chords, and
Perfect.
that's kind of the majesty of it. Yeah, is that we're really focusing on the rhythm. Yeah, so I always have to kind of find it first.
Right.
Da, da, two, four, one. Forget on that. Now. if we add some of the, was it? People, are you listening? And all around the world, a little aloha in every boy and girl, and etc. etc. Right?
Yeah.
Really focusing on that rhythm, because then we expand out just like a little. We add one more chord, right?
Okay. Oh, we might have to do that.
And hey,
Yeah, it's
just
fun. It's just so much fun.
yeah, and like the little
Yeah.
riffs and licks,
Right.
are really just fun ones to practice. And I mean, like even if you never play Jawaiian music again, the kind of the beautiful thing about that too is like all those little licks and riffs, the concepts and ideas. I mean, throw it to another song, you know what I mean, or another style of
Yeah.
music. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
the
that's cool. So that's
two-way
nice and
friendship.
perky.
Uh huh.
But then you have a song called uh, a workshop called Sleepy Ukulele.
Okay. So I've been working on this idea for a couple of years now. Genuinely, genuinely. I might even sent you a an early description of it many years ago. But the idea here, and just because I know I can be a pretty high energy person, especially when playing music, but really, my heart lies in being a pretty sleepy dude. So,
Yeah.
and my favorite time to play music in general, is in the wee small hours of the morning you know
Yeah.
so I kind of think of it as a nice way to just somatically just kind of ease your way into kind of sleeping and maybe let go of some of the tension from the day. And so
Yeah.
the concept with sleepy ukulele is that we're going to look at just a couple of really easy passages, so to say, that you can really get a lot of mileage out of when you're in that quote unquote sleepy head state, or when you're in that spot. So, for example, okay, if we navigate the key of C, I mean, basically, your whole instrument is built for this key. So if we just find a couple little spots, we can find some pretty chords, and hey, we might be able to maneuver around and find something that might soothe the savage beast.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because oftentimes just a little touch, a little change. Yeah. Mission
Oh,
accomplished. Mission
it
accomplished.
worked. That's beautiful. Oh, I love
Hey,
that. I
thanks,
mean,
man.
that's what's so wonderful about it. The ukulele is the range of dynamics.
Yeah.
You got that that reggae beat thing going there.
Uh,
You can do, and then you can just play something so gentle and
yeah.
beautiful like that. And then you can get funky with it too, because I know you teach a funky ukulele
Yeah,
class.
nice.
Yeah.
This is another one too. It's been in the works for years. I'm just like a big funkhead myself, so to say, for lack of a better way of expressing it. And I have come to find, especially with the trio that I play with now. I mean, it's Brazilian music, just in general. So a lot of bossa nova,
Oh,
samba, a little bit of
awesome.
choro, just like a little. But if I can be so bold, the guy I play with also really enjoys funk too. So we'll
Yeah.
have these little funky passages. And, over the past, 3 or 4 years, it's been really evident that this instrument works very well in that situation. And so just kind of finding a groove and a couple of really good chords and kind of similarly to the reggae class or the Jawaiian class, excuse me, it's really focusing on locking in the rhythm
Yeah.
because I mean, when everyone's ears are up and as you're talking about like listening sideways, so to say, and everyone can hear each other and everyone's locked in, there's there's nothing better, hardly anything better at least.
So we
So
can do funky ukulele too.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, for example, we work with, of course, the infamous 9 chord. You just gotta take it to the 1, right? Ha ha ha. Right?
Right, there you go.
You do something like this.
awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
little funkiness.
Well, I mean, what a perfect demonstration between the Jawaiian, the sleepy, the funky. I mean, the range of the ukulele is, I think, unparalleled really in any instrument.
Yeah. And we are, not to get too kind about it, but we are on in its renaissance. We're still in it, of like this kind of like really kind of testing and poking the sides
Yeah,
of what the instrument can do. I mean,
absolutely.
even post Jake, there's still a lot of different range to go in, so to say, because I mean, he really busts down a bunch of doors for everybody.
Absolutely. But then everybody finds their own little door, you know?
Yeah.
And there's something sophisticated about the simplicity of the ukulele, I think. You know?
Yeah.
It's with four strings, it kind of frees you up to do more things, I think, than with six, you know. So unless you have a six-string ukulele, then you can. But you know
Well,
what I mean? It just kind of
absolutely.
there's so much more you can do with less, it seems like.
And I mean, yeah, not to get too philosophical about it, but like, I mean, I really feel like that's a great direction in life to move in, in
That's
general. And
true.
maybe that's just where I'm at in my life right now. But, I feel like, there's so much value in the simplicity. There's so much value in, I always say to my students, like, there's a value in the constraints that you have. Like the
Yeah,
constraints are what kind of create your creative voice. And I think it's important
absolutely.
to acknowledge that. And the other one, I'll also say too, just to quote Lenny, I just love it. Like, I mean, I'll never forget him saying this, but really, as he says, the ukulele is a impressionistic instrument. You play these certain passages and these certain things, and there's so many different possibilities for it that it's really about the listener and what they see in the image or what they
Yeah,
hear, which I
yeah.
think is so cool, like as a way to think about, I don't know, on the other side of it being just such a quote unquote easy and sometimes goofy, appealing instrument,
And that's
where it can
cool
be so
too.
much. Absolutely. I love it.
There's
I'm
nothing
all
wrong with
about it.
that, man.
Yeah,
Give me
absolutely.
goofy any day. Well, then if you want to
Yes.
do goofy and jazzy, you can get like Slim Gaillard stuff or something.
See?
All that crazy cement mixer, putty, all that stuff. Well, you talk about Lenny, he's going to be at Mighty Uke Day too,
Yes.
and we're gonna the three of us. Well, the three of us, and then Danny and Perry.
Yeah.
We were all at Reno last fall, so we're gonna reunite. It should be
Yeah.
quite fun. Well,
That's gonna be
Neil,
dang
this
good.
has been great. I wish I didn't have to wait so many months to see you, but
Yeah,
you'll be here
likewise.
before we know it. And you're gonna love Mighty Uke Day,
Of
and of
course.
course you're gonna love camp, and it's gonna be a great experience for all of us.
Oh
So I'm so
man.
happy you're coming.
Oh man, yeah, anyway, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's my
Cool.
favorite thing to do. So
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you soon.
awesome, man.
All right, Nia. Bye bye.
Thanks.